President Bola Tinubu has said the telecom sector's regulatory framework and operations would be reviewed to reflect global best practices with a greater focus on protecting infrastructure. President Tinubu spoke on Thursday at a meeting with an Airtel delegation led by his chairman Sonil Bahati Mittal at the State House in Abuja. The president also noted that the tax reforms being carried out by the government will create a more favorable climate for investors in the country. TV360's Joy Uchejim has more on the story.
Fielding questions from journalists after the meeting with the President Bola Tinubu, both the Minister of Communication, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, and the management of the Airtel delegation thanked the President for consistently supporting the growth of the telecom sector. They also defended the 50% hike in telecom tariffs earlier this year, saying that failure to do so could have resulted in job losses and the collapse of some companies in the sector.
If we chose, that we weren't going to increase or allow the increase in tariff, we were at the risk of losing jobs, some of these companies packing up. And, when you weigh that, it's also not the best thing for the economy. And lastly on this topic is that the priority for this government is actually meaningful access, right? We don't want our people to just have access to telecommunication services. We want it to be meaningful. And by meaningful, it means the quality that you get is extremely important.
The minister also disclosed that the approval by the president for the protection of fiber optic and undersea cables as critical national assets would further stimulate growth in the industry, assuring that the Office of the National Security Advisor has started implementing and enforcing the law.
About 18 months that the president has been extremely invested in driving the progress of this sector forward. Whether it's in deepening the infrastructure that is required for these companies to be a lot more successful and sustainable, but also ensuring that the business environment is conducive for them, declaring telecommunications infrastructure as critical national infrastructure, supporting with the sustainability of the sector to ensure that they continue to add value to our economy, continue to create jobs, but also ensure that there's good returns for their stakeholders as well.
I think we've always been struggling with a lot of fiber cuts on account of construction, largely. And we are very thankful that the government has designated fiber as a critical national infrastructure. And through this, any fiber cut is subjected to penalties as well as imprisonment terms. So these are laid out in the bill.
The chairman of Airtel commended the president for the two-pronged economic reforms that has transformed the economy for future growth. Mittal also applauded the removal of petrol subsidy.
We are committed to make big investments. Telecom companies need to be financially healthy. Does 50% do the job? The answer is it covers part of the hit that we have had.
President Bola Tinubu has expressed readiness to copy what is working in other climes and apply it in Nigeria, and he has said he is determined to turn the country's telecom sector around. Joy Uchejim, TV360, Lagos.